Within 60 minutes of total darkness, your brain's ability to generate complex visual imagery begins to fade. The occipital lobe, responsible for processing light, suddenly sits idle, waiting for signals that never come. This isn't just about not seeing, it's about your mind's eye going blind too. You become acutely aware of your own body, the feeling of your clothes, your breathing, your heartbeat. With no visual input, your brain amplifies every other signal, building a new reality from touch and sound. For a brief moment, this absence of stimulation feels peaceful, a forced meditation, a rare sensory rest. But the brain doesn't like to be idle. It's a pattern-seeking machine, and in the absence of external patterns, it starts to create its own. The initial calm is just the silence before the storm. Your mind prepares to fill the void with its own creation. The first hour is merely the closing of the door. Soon, you'll discover what lies on the other side, in the vast, uncharted territory of your own consciousness. The world you know isn't just hidden, it's being erased from your immediate mental grasp. The darkness is not empty, it's the beginning of a profound internal journey, and as the minutes tick by, you realize you're not just losing sight, you're losing the world as you know it. Our brains are masters of adaptation, constantly rewiring themselves in response to experience. In total darkness, the visual cortex doesn't just shut down, it gets repurposed. Brain scans show that after days blindfolded, the visual cortex starts processing touch and sound. It's as if your brain is seeing through your fingertips and ears. The boundaries between senses blur, creating a unified, heightened sensory experience. A whisper sounds as clear as a conversation. The texture of a blanket feels as vivid as a landscape. This rapid adaptation, sometimes in just 2 days, shows the brain's drive to survive and make sense of its world. But this heightened awareness can be overwhelming, making you more sensitive to every small stimulus. The darkness becomes a laboratory for observing the mechanics of consciousness. By removing light, we force the brain to rebuild its model of reality from scratch. Our reality is a direct reflection of the world. It's a construction constantly updated by the brain. The strict lines between sight, sound, and touch dissolve. In the dark, the brain's creativity is unleashed, and perception itself is transformed. The absence of light reveals just how flexible and fragile our sense of reality truly is. After a day or two in darkness, the brain's search for patterns turns creative. With no light signals, the visual cortex generates its own, simple shapes, flashes, swirling colors. These phosphenes are the brain's way of doodling on a blank canvas. Over time, these light shows can evolve into faces, landscapes, or intricate patterns, drawn from your own memories. This is the Gansfeld effect. The brain, deprived of input, projects its own images into the void. The content is deeply personal. Your memories, fears, and desires reflected back at you. The darkness becomes a mirror for the subconscious, peeling back layers of conscious control. For some, it's beautiful and insightful. For others, unsettling. These aren't dreams. You're fully awake, witnessing your mind's attempt to fill the sensory vacuum. Hallucinations in darkness aren't madness. They're evidence of a healthy brain doing its job, making sense of nothing. Our visual experience is an active construction, not just a passive recording. When sensory data disappears, the brain's internal model stays. The theater of the mind is open, and you're both the audience and the performer. In darkness, you realize we all live in a controlled hallucination of our own making. Prolonged darkness quickly shatters our sense of time. Without day and night, our internal clock, the circadian rhythm, loses its anchor. Hours blur together. You can't tell if it's day or night or how long you've slept. People often wildly misjudge how much time has passed. Time becomes a formless pool, not a straight line. Sleep and wake cycles become erratic, leading to deep systemic exhaustion. Energy and mood swing unpredictably as hormones are released on a chaotic schedule. Time, as we know it, is a construct, carefully maintained by our bodies and the environment. In darkness, we step outside that construct, floating in warped, elastic temporality. The ticking clock is revealed as an illusion, one that darkness easily breaks. The emotional journey through darkness is a roller coaster. At first, anxiety surges, a primal response to the unknown, hardwired by evolution. The inability to see triggers stress-racing heart, shallow breath, a sense of being trapped. But once the mind accepts there's no immediate threat, calm can settle in. The absence of visual stimulation reduces cognitive load, leading to a meditative serenity. The mind turns inward, and many report peace, clarity, and a deep connection to their thoughts. Yet this calm is fragile. A sudden sound or hallucination can plunge you back into fear. Emotional swings are tied to disrupted circadian rhythms and hormonal fluctuations. In darkness, you confront your emotions without distraction. No people, no screens, just you. It's a powerful tool for self-discovery, forcing you to observe your triggers and responses. The void becomes a safe container for the full spectrum of feeling, from terror to bliss. The journey is not just into darkness, but into the heart of what it means to feel. You learn to sit with discomfort, and sometimes to find peace within it. In the end, darkness strips away the noise, revealing your emotional core. The body transforms in darkness, not just the mind. Without visual cues, balance falters, movements become slow and cautious. The body becomes a sensory organ, mapping the world through touch. This constant tension leads to a unique physical fatigue. Disrupted circadian rhythms throw hormone production into chaos, cortisol, melatonin, and more. Headaches, digestive issues, and a sense of jet lag are common. Even core body temperature drifts, no longer following the 24-hour pattern. The immune system weakens as its cycles are disrupted. 100 hours won't cause lasting harm, but it reveals how deeply we're tied to light. The body's rebellion in darkness is a reminder. We are creatures of rhythm and sun. In the absence of light, our biology loses its way. When sight disappears, hearing takes over. Every sound, footsteps, breath, distant hum, becomes a vital clue in the new soundscape. The brain reallocates resources, processing sound with greater detail and sensitivity. You navigate by echo, discerning room size and object location from subtle shifts in sound. But heightened hearing can also breed paranoia. Every unexpected noise is startling. Silence is never truly silent. It's filled with the whispers of your own body. Auditory hallucinations may emerge, whispers, music, or phantom noises. The brain fills the silence with remembered sounds drawn from memory. You become acutely aware of your internal symphony, heartbeat, breath, digestion. For some, it's comforting. For others, anxiety-inducing. In darkness, you're forced to listen, not just to the world, but to yourself. With the world stripped away, the mind turns inward. The journey into darkness becomes a journey into the self. Memories and emotions rise to the surface, often with surprising clarity. Problems that once seemed urgent shrink in the vastness of the void. Many report personal insights or solutions to long-standing issues. But introspection isn't always peaceful. Fears and regrets demand attention. It takes courage to sit with discomfort, but doing so can be cathartic and healing. The experience reshapes your sense of identity, revealing how much is tied to the external world. In darkness, roles and appearances fall away, leaving only your core self. You are not your job or your name. You are a consciousness, floating in the void. This realization can be terrifying, but also liberating. In the end, darkness offers a more authentic understanding of who you are. When the first sliver of light returns after 100 hours, it's a sensory rebirth. The world floods back, colors vibrant, textures sharp, every detail overwhelming. Even dim light feels blinding. The brain struggles to process the sudden. Relief and joy surge as you rediscover the simple act of seeing. The ordinary becomes extraordinary. Faces, water, sky, all seem miraculous. All lingers, changing your relationship with the world for days or weeks. The brain must readjust, dialing down other senses and resynchronizing its clock. The world feels chaotic and loud. It takes time to reacclimate. The journey through darkness strips away the non-essentials, revealing the mechanics of consciousness. You emerge changed, with a deeper appreciation for light, rhythm, and your own mind. The world looks the same, but you are forever transformed.